Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is the fifth one in the series, so go check out the others that I have posted. I'll link them in this video. But anyway, my name is Jade and I do all kinds of art with anime sprinkled into it, but this is a pinch of Disney. So this series is drawing Disney VHS tape covers. Now if you don't know what one of them is, a VHS is, I'll place a picture somewhere on the screen, but it's basically like a DVD cover thingy bobby. It's yeah, it's on the version, it's the same level as that. I have done Basil the Great Mouse Detective, The Rescuers, Sleeping Beauty, and Jungle Book, so if any of them are your fave, go check them out after this one. But before I get onto this video, I first saw this on DeviantArt, link in my link tree. I saw this by a user named ArtGenXV, which was inspired by another post by edog8181804 from their top 10 memes. But this is top 10 Disney VHS tape covers. Now that we have done that, on to drawing Aladdin. So when I start my drawing process, I have two steps to my sketching process, which is shape and then refine. I like to draw over the reference image in any colour on a different layer, just getting my wrist used to the scale and placement of the shapes, so then when I draw it next to the reference image, I'm putting down what I feel are the right shapes and sizes. Also, drawing the shapes on top of the reference image, you're able to unsee or turn down the opacity of the image and just see the right shapes. Then when you feel the shapes are looking good, get on to refining those shapes. I like to do this in a different colour. Most of the time I do this, they are complementary colours. It's like red and then green with this one. So I'm going to tell you 5 facts before we get on to colouring. So number 1, the directing duo had their choice of projects. Rod Clements and John Musker had directed The Great Mouse Detective, which I have drawn, and The Little Mermaid, which was one of the ones that kicked off for Disney and that got people wanting to watch more. They were given their choice of 3 projects to direct and opted for Aladdin. So out of the 3, they had Swan Lake or a movie called King of the Jungle. So Swan Lake has never been made, and King of the Jungle became Lion King. Right, so fact number 2, animators were forced to scrap months of the work. So in April 1991, the Aladdin team had been working for almost a year on a written draft and several storyboards. When everything was finally shown to the studio chief, Jeffrey Katzenberg, he was not impressed. On the day that came to be known as Black Friday, Katzenberg ordered the film to be rewritten and redesigned. Entire characters were taken out of the script, Princess Jasmine's character was fleshed out, and Aladdin's personality were tweaked to be more like Harrison Ford. To make matters worse, he refused to push back the release date, which is November the 25th, 1992. The animation just takes long, so there was a lot of pressure on Musker and Clements. To his credit, Katzenberg didn't just ask for a completely new script without any notes. He also didn't mince his words. One of his notes was 86, the mother's a 0, and that was how Aladdin's mother was removed from the story. Number 3, Aladdin was designed after a specific actor. So in the production process, they really sat on the fence when it came to Aladdin's age. At first, he was going to be 13, and they were going to base his looks on Michael J. Fox. But they decided that was too young and boosted his age to 18 and then they based his looks on another actor, namely Tom Cruise. There was 3 Robin Williams facts which I really wanted to tell you. I love Robin Williams, so this is still 1 fact of the 5, but like A, B, C version, if you know what I mean. So onto this. So for A, Williams had to be convinced to take the role. So Williams wasn't really sure about voicing Genie at first. To pitch the actor to the part, to get him to get to the part, Musker and Clementines had supervising animator Eric Goldberg animate Genie over one of Williams' stand-up routines, and William loved it and just signed on straight away. So for B, Williams got to do his own thing, like improvisation. Improv in animation is often limited. After all, whatever is said has to be animated into the movie. So Williams' whole style was built on improv, though, and the directors let him do his own thing. The actor got to ad lib most of his dialogue, and just got to hit some of the major plot points he had to hit. And Goldberg, who was in charge of animating Genie, would listen to Williams' improv lines and then choose the ones that he liked best, and those would be the animated. For C, they're also Disney just made Williams really angry. So Williams did Disney a great deal by agreeing to a stag minimum salary of $7,500, sorry, well below his usual asking price. In return, Williams wanted his name and image not to be used at all into to promoting the movie, and for Genie to not appear in more than 25% of advertising. The reason was that Williams's new movie Toys was coming out a month after Aladdin, and Disney said that they would agree to this, but then went back on that pretty fast. So Williams was angry and he made his disappointment known. But to try and satisfy him, Disney sent him a Picasso worth over 1 million, but it didn't work. And lastly, fact 5, it was hugely successful. So The Little Mermaid helped get Disney back on track. Aladdin took it to the stratosphere. It became the highest grossing animated film of all time, and also became the first animated movie to take over $200 million in the United States and Canada. All in all, it made 504 million worldwide, and Aladdin got 5 nominations for the Academy Award. I said it right. That includes 2 for Best Original Song, 1 for Friend Like Me, and the other for Whole New World. The latter won the song category, and the movie also took home Best Original Score. See, I personally, Whole New World is probably not in my top 10, but Friend Like Me, that's up there. I love that song. Love it. So that's our facts done. Did you know any of them? And were there some that surprised you, or did you know them? Also, if there's any facts that you know, please comment below. We're going on to colouring. When it comes to colouring, I place all the base colours down, which is what I think is the mid-tone colour, so I can add highlights and shadows to the characters. And to make sure I'm placing down the right character, I like to mark the colour I think it is next to the reference picture, or on the reference picture I'm using the right colour, and then from there I can make any adjustments or change it, or even just keep the same. I've done all right. So yeah, and then I also use an oversized brush when colouring in the shapes, and then I erase around the lines. I like doing it this way because I find it therapeutic, but to be honest, the reason I first started to do it this way was because I didn't know how to use the software properly. I didn't know what was what and what buttons to click, but now I do know that I know how to do the shape thingies. As long as there's no gap within the shape, I can colour it all in. But I have a terrible memory, so I've been forgetting to do it that way, and I've been doing it this way for so long that it just becomes habit now. But I am going to try and start doing it that way, like a proper artist, digital artist, I don't know. But yeah, but I do find it therapeutic. I'm still dying on that hill. Also, it allows me to procrastinate a little bit, just a tiny bit. So now, as you can see, I have done the background first. I'm still trying to get the hang of drawing backgrounds, so I didn't go into too much detail over that. But as this series has gone on, drawing wise, I have done the backgrounds a lot better, I think. But I've mostly been using the spray and erase tool. And that's even with the characters as well. And I just didn't want the background to have harsh lines. So I quite like this background. It's quite nice. So they are my main tools. The spray tool and the eraser are also the main things I use for the characters. So they I make sure that I have the right colors down with the magic carpet. So I'm sorting out the magic carpet first, and I try to add the details in with there, and then I also add shades to that before I move on to my favorite character, who is Genie. Who's your favorite character in Aladdin? Uh who's your favorite character in the entire Disney universe? Uh, but yes, I sort out the shading and the highlights for the carpet, and I go on to Genie, who is, like I said, my favorite in this film. I don't know who my favorite is in the entire Disney thing. I have so many that I can't choose. So with the Genie, I lay down all the darker colours, and I lay them like under his arms and under his head, and then I kind of rub out where it doesn't need to be. And then I add in the highlights on his face, specifically like his nose and like eyes and cheeks. And I actually really like his hands. I am really proud of the Genie's hands that are holding the lamp. It just, to me, it looks quite nice. So I'm happy with the hands. And I also like the golden lamp and the bracelet. I was able to make that golden, I think. I'm happy with that. And then moving on to Jasmine, and I know the reference image, it has like a greeny colour, but I didn't really like this greeny colour. So I made it more of, I made it more of like a light blue. Now I do remember over time it has like been turquoise, and it's changed. Like it was like a turquoise, a greeny blue colour. Now it's like straight out light blue. I can't be the only one that remembers this. Do you remember any like this? Like, comment below if like things have changed slightly with Disney things. Like the Tinkerbell thing. Do you remember like there was this Tinkerbell thing across the screen? I remember that, but nobody else does. Apparently, it was actually no. Everybody remembers that, but it wasn't there. Apparently, I'm sure it was. I'm sure. So after that little rant, I move on to Jafar before Aladdin. Cause Aladdin's front and center, and to me he looks shocking. And I know that if I had the color on him first, and he doesn't look like I expect him, I don't know, I might cry. So I go to Jafar, repeating the steps I did with the Genie and Jasmine, and I also go to Lego. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Lego. Pronouncing it wrong. I know it's like Lego, Lego, Lego. And then after them amazing, the villains, I then move on to Aladdin and Abu. Now, I'm pretty much near the end of this video. So after I've finished Aladdin and Abu, I do the title, and I'm going to do the title as I've done the rest of this series, and kind of that's the only thing I cheat with. So the different two colour lines is allowing me to realise which colour should go where. But yes, so and then I add in my name, which I'm happy I was able to do it like that. But yeah, so I hope that you liked this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to watch more. Also, check out more of my videos. You can watch my previous videos, and you can comment anything Disney related below. I hope that you have a lovely day. Goodbye. Did you like this one? Did you like this one? Yes, I hope you have a lovely day. I'm going to actually finish it here. Goodbye.